Yeah, just absolutely ecstatic for our team, for these young guys to do what they've done in the last 8 days. This was going to be our toughest stretch, even though we were at home. I don't think we have had it all year long, and we won't have it now to end the year. But 4 games in 8 days, and the first two are against your in-state rival, and the next two are against the team that's in first place in the Mountain West Conference. And for us to go 4-0 during that stretch, and not just 4-0, but really play consistent basketball for the most part at both ends, both offensively and defensively. I thought through, we had a few lapses here and there, but when I look at each 20-minute game, both UNLV series and the Boise series, our guys were focused. They were giving us everything they had with game plan execution. And I just couldn't be happier, couldn't be more pleased. This was a tremendous 8 days, a lot of growth, and to get 4 wins while growing is always a big plus.
We'll take questions.
Coach, getting one win against Boise is certainly something, but
I can't hear.
what type of message do you think this says the rest of the conference?
Well, I don't think we're in a place where we're sending like big messages to the conference yet. I think more than anything, it sends something to our own team. I'm hoping that we can build a lot of confidence with this, because I think our guys have done a really good job of gaining some momentum. And so hopefully they gain some confidence out of this, where you beat the in-state rival twice and then you beat the first place team twice. And I thought we really defended them tonight. I thought that was the thing I was most pleased with. Offense came alive again in the second half, just like it did in game one. But a kill is 3 stops in a row for us. We had 11. We had a season high 11 against the first place team in the conference. And hopefully our guys can build some confidence that way, that when we guard, good things happen. When we're undefeated when our efficiency is 95 or better, and 95 is our goal. So, I hope more than a message to other people, it's a message to our group of guys, because they've worked hard for this.
Coach, another career high night for guard Grant Sherfield. What are your thoughts on his performance today?
Well, there really should not be a vote. We just played 4 games in 1 week. He's hands down the Mountain West Conference Player of the Week. I think I'm biased, but I think there's probably 2 other weeks he could have easily got it. But he's hands down. He went 4-0 again against great competition, and had 4 phenomenal games in a row. And he was huge again tonight. 29, 8, and 3. I mean, he's just controlling games. And where you're seeing growth right now out of Grant is defensively. His responsibility in this series was Shaver. And, Shaver in both games came well under. I think he had 4 tonight, and I don't know if he had any more than that in game 1, maybe 5. So he's growing an awful lot on the defensive end. He's really learning about execution on the offensive end. But just he's been great for us all year, but a phenomenal week. And in my opinion, just absolutely he's got to be hands down Mountain West Conference Player of the Week.
Coach, just how
Coach, really physical. Go ahead, Shannon. I'll do the next one.
I was just going to say, Coach, just how important is it, on Friday night you had a lot of points off the bench, today not so many points off the bench, but just to have your starters to be able to, maneuver in different ways that you guys can score.
Yeah, our bench didn't get going offensively tonight. You're exactly right, where they scored in game 1. But I thought our bench was really good defensively. We got in some foul trouble. KJ got in major foul trouble. We had Trey and Daniel in major foul trouble. Warren a little bit of foul trouble. So we had to manage a lot more foul trouble in this game. Dez got in foul trouble in the first half. So I thought they did a really good job, especially in the first half when we were in really big foul trouble. This was a game, if you take away the last 2 minutes, at the free throw line, I'm guessing we shot really 12 and they shot 27. So we almost got tripled at the free throw line, and we win by 11. That's doing some really good things, and our bench was a big part of that.
Coach, really physical tonight, both ways, and in a way, is it good to see your guys respond to that with poise and to come out on top and to be the team that handles it better? Was that something good to see?
Yeah, it's all about our guys' focus, and then we've talked about it because of their youthfulness. Just each experience we get, can we learn? And we've had a lot of experiences where, I don't have it in front of me, but we got to be 20, 21 games in now. It's something that I think our guys have done a really good job of just trying to learn different pieces that are thrown at them early in the year to middle of the year to now we're in February. Just trying to learn these lessons and now gain momentum, gain some confidence. And I think what they're really relying on now versus maybe in December is they're gaining confidence defensively, and they're not relying on, did I make a shot? And that's a lot of young players in particular think that how they help a team is only by making shots. And especially young players, freshmen, sophomores, if you can learn to make a difference in games defending the basketball and being a good help defender and gain confidence that way, the offense will come. The execution will come. The development will come. But I like where we are fundamentally. This is the highest turnover game we've had in a long time. But our offense is executing much better. And I think we're gaining some really good motion with our defense with how we're guarding.
Any more questions for Coach? No? All right. Coach, everyone, thank you very much.
Well, we didn't mention Dez and Warren, and I do think those guys came up big. I thought Warren responded in Game 2 with a double-double, 10 and 10. He was terrific. I thought he really did a good job of going at them. And Desmond got in a lot of foul trouble in the first half and just made big play in a game where he really wasn't making the shots he normally makes. He made some huge plays for us in the last 4 minutes. And he drew the assignment of guarding Austin again. So I think those two guys had really big nights for us. So I appreciate it. Go Tom Brady.
Congratulations, guys, on a series sweep. How does it feel to get the second win against the Broncos?
It's a great feeling. I feel like it should definitely give us a boost of confidence. I like to, give them their credit. They're obviously the number one team in our league, and they play very hard. So I feel like us just getting the sweep is really big for the team and just for our confidence going into this next game.
Grant, head coach Steve Alford just talked about how he thinks that, in his opinion, you should be Mountain West Player of the Week. How does that feel?
It feels good. All accolades feel good, but I'm just happy that we can get the sweep, honestly. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. So, I can't just say that an accolade wouldn't feel good, but I'm just very happy that we got the sweep, honestly.
We'll start with you, Warren, and then to Grant to follow up. Obviously, 1-1 against Boise is really something. A sweep is something else entirely. Do you think, Coach said this didn't really send a message at all the rest of the conference, more or less just what Warren had alluded to earlier, that it's more of a confidence boost for you guys. Do you ride with that same sentiment, or do you feel you just proved something to the rest of the conference with what you did this weekend?
No, I think we definitely proved something with with the way we played these last 2 games to the whole conference. We're obviously young, but I feel like this series has really showed just like what our potential could be. We're really good at defensively. This is the second game. I felt like we really stepped it up and really guarded well. Got a lot of their good players out of rhythm. So I feel like this, like Alfred said, this was a great message to the rest of the conference, and it's definitely a confidence booster.
Oh, yeah, my bad. But, it's definitely it's definitely a message to the whole conference. When you come in and you sweep the number one team in the conference, I think everybody's going to kind of wake up and try to realize that we're a pretty good team. So, when we come prepared, we come locked in, we can be really, really good.
Shannon, go ahead.
I was just going to say, over the course of these last couple games, you guys have won kind of in a variety of different ways. How good is it knowing that, if something isn't working, you can go to something else, and just that you guys, can work in different ways, basically?
I think that's one of our strengths on this team. We have like all the weapons you need. If one thing's not working, you could always go back to the other option. So I feel like that's what makes us so good. We got plenty of weapons, and I feel like guys just stepped up today, and we were together. Like Grant said, we were locked in, and I'm just glad we got the dub.
And then to bounce off of Shannon's question, Warren, it always seems like nowadays, especially in today's game, it comes down to who shoots the three ball better. But you guys dominated the thing when it came to the scoring down there. What does that say that you don't have to light it up from downtown? If you take care of business down low, you can still get wins against quality opponents.
Coach always says we got to play inside out. We're obviously a really good shooting team, but when we go inside, we're just that more dangerous because they got to guard both parts of the offensive floor. So I feel like we're honestly unstoppable when we're on top of our game because we got a really good shooting team, but we also got a good inside team. So I feel like that's two poisons you really can't mess with.
Question for either player. Things were really physical out there today, and do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it shows that you guys, have poise to overcome that and to not get caught up in everything? And is this team in a better place to do that sort of thing than it was maybe 6 weeks ago?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it wasn't too many fouls called during the game for us. So, I mean, we just had to be tough and just tough it out. We've had a bunch of tough practices, so it's nothing new. We just took care of the ball, took the bumps, and just took it on the chin and just kept playing. So, I mean, I just think that's big for this team, us being young, just being able to take it on the chin, go with the flow, and just keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
Grant, I know you said on Friday too how coach prepares you guys for these late game situations. I mean, just how big was it to have Desmond come through at the end there and help secure with that basket, but just for you guys to be able to hang on late in the game?
Yeah, Daz was big down the stretch. I mean, he made a bunch of tough baskets for us and really put the game away. So, I mean, that's huge. I mean, if he doesn't do that, we don't know the outcome. So I'm just happy that Daz was able to just take over down the stretch and just help carry us to a win.
All right, thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, and by the way, he definitely deserves Player of the Year.